In this video, we are going to be analysing Nvidia, ticker NVDA. So to get straight into it, what are going to be key levels we're looking at if we continue this upward trend? It does look like we're a bit more bullish, at least for the time being, but again, do be cautious coming into earnings, because that's really going to dictate which direction we're going to choose. But in the meantime, if we do continue up, what are key resistances? We're looking at 155, 170, and $200. Now $200 is going to be that key level. Obviously a pivot level, if you just go back in time, you can see around this area big buyers come in, but then also big sellers come in. Not only is that a key psychological level, not only is it a pivot, but it is also our second deviation on the 6 month. So really this is going to be a strong level, and if you are buying or something you have been buying long buys from anywhere below kind of 150, this would be kind of our key target. Whether you're looking at it as a longer term swing or maybe even an investment, it could be good to be locking in some profits, because at a minimum we would expect a pullback. It would be very unlikely that we just go through it that first time. So definitely be looking to lock in profits coming into this level, waiting for that pullback, and then if you want to get back to your original size, just start averaging in as it starts to fade down, because again, 9 times out of 10 you're going to get at least quite a big pullback coming into that level. Now, if we break that, we're then looking at 230, 242, and then going further would be 285, 290, and a final level at 352. So, again, some of these levels are very far off. I wouldn't be paying attention to all of them, because even on earnings, we're probably not even going to push up to the 285 level. But really, the key focus I would be looking at is kind of these 3 levels here, because I mean, from a technical standpoint, we could probably get to this 155 before earnings come out. So this would be the levels we're looking at, but really coming into earnings, we could definitely see quite a big move. I mean, we've been seeing it on Amazon, we've been seeing it on Google. These bigger names, they are moving very heavy off earnings, and they're a bit more stable. Nvidia will probably be even more volatile coming into these earnings. So really, we could break through. I mean, our kind of first target to the upside we'll be looking at is probably 170 on earnings. But really, depending on how strong they are or how much we really push to the upside on it, 200 would be that key target. Now, even on earnings news, I think this will still be a hard area to kind of break, and one we would be focusing on, because again, even if people are trading the momentum of the earnings, within those first 5 minutes when the majority of that move happens, I think people will be taking big profits coming near to 200. So even if it does it, because it's such a prominent level, we will definitely be selling off or kind of just relaxing around this level. So again, key focus on this coming into earnings. 170 will still be key. I do think if we push up, even from this 140 off earnings, we will definitely get a bit of a pullback coming into this level, but I would be still focused mainly on that 200. I think that would be the easiest one to trade off of. Now though, onto the supports. If we start to sell off, what are key supports we're paying attention to? So we do have one at 113 and 108. Now these are statistical means, so don't tend to be levels that we look to trade off of, but instead levels we look to trade to. And what do I mean by that? Let's say, for example, we're shorting this 156. This is what we would use as our target, or really if your short buys anything past or whenever you're getting short, this will kind of be our key zone or kind of key target, just because this is, once you come into this area, it's a lot more of a gamble in which direction we'll go, and the reason for that is this is what is considered fair value. Once we come to here, you could see buyers coming, you could see sellers, but again, kind of 50-50 really coming into this level, so that's why we tend to get out, because we're not gamblers, we're traders. Now though, if we end up breaking this level and we continue down, what are going to be those next levels of key support? And that's going to be 71, $50, $30, and really those are the key 3 supports we have going lower. Now, even off earnings, we're probably not going to hit $72, because again, that is basically a 50% sell off from where we are now. And again, we don't like to really trade off these statistical means, because they're mean reversion levels, or they're not levels we look to trade off of, but to. So what we can do, and try to give you some levels kind of coming into earnings, maybe looking at a 30-day and a 90-day chart could probably give us some decent levels that we could be paying attention to as supports. Okay, and yeah, here we can get some. So 103, 96, and they're really going to be the 2 key ones, because we can see then it's $73 after that. So these are really then the key levels we'll be looking at coming into earnings. Again, you may get temporary bounces off this 113, this 110, but again, I wouldn't be looking to trade it, because it's still a bit more of a gamble. But once you start breaking down, if earnings is quite harsh, we break through those statistical means, 103 and $96 are going to be in these key zones of support that we would definitely be paying attention to more long bias. Definitely kind of this $100 to around 96. So obviously you've got that key psychological level, and yeah, I just imagine investors are going to be buying heavy anytime we get near $100. I mean, we kind of saw it at the 108, but really as this stock's falling off, considering, I mean, if you go back kind of a year or so, I mean, we had a peak of 345. Nvidia is a good, quite a good long-term looking outlook stock. So getting it near $100, you have 350% upside. And something that we consider a bit lower risk, so definitely something we're paying attention to. I do think buyers will be coming in around those levels, so if we do get hit on earnings harsh, it could definitely provide some good opportunity. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the breakdown. If you did, why not drop a like and subscribe and check out one of these 2 analysis videos.